Hey class, this is a quick review of some of the properties we learned in class. I'm going to do examples from worksheet 6, starting with number 2. So we need to write each logarithm as the sum or difference of logarithms, in other words, expand. So what we want to do is first identify how many parts there are. So there are 3 parts. There's 1/7, m to the third, and n to the second. So that means I'm going to split this up into 3 separate logs, all with the base 7. So here it goes. We have log base 7 of 1/7. And these are all being multiplied together. So remember, when we multiply things, we add the logarithms. So we're going to have a plus log base 7 of m to the third. And then plus log base 7 of n to the second. So the next thing we want to do is drop down the exponents in front. And also, if I have a number after the log, I want to see if there's any way I can simplify that. So let's take a look at this part first. I hope you all can agree that we can rewrite 1/7 as this. Log base 7 of 1/7 is 7 to the negative first. And there's a property that says if the base number matches the number that comes after, those cancel, and the answer is just whatever the exponent is. So log base 7 of 1/7 is actually equivalent to -1. In fact, you can put that in your calculator, which we didn't really talk about in class because really you need to use something called the change of base formula to calculate logs, so we didn't get there. We'll talk about it another time, but in the updated calculators, there actually is an easy way to type in a log. You hit math, and then you scroll down to what's called log base. It's letter A in your calculator. And so you actually could type in log base 7 of 1/7, and your calculator will confirm that that's equivalent to -1. You guys get a calculator on your assessments, so if this part is confusing to you, it might be helpful just to double check on your calculator how to simplify. Okay, so we have -1 for log base 7 of 1/7, and then we'll finish the problem by taking the exponents and dropping them into the front of the logs. And we do that for both the m and the n. So I get a 3 log base 7 of m and plus a 2 log base 7 of n. And that is the answer. I'm skipping on to number 5. It looks a lot worse than it really is. The first thing I would do personally, any radical you have in the problem, I would rewrite it as raised to the 1/2. Okay, so reminder, whenever you square root, it's the same as raising to the 1/2. Now, I hope you guys remember from class that you cannot split up a parentheses that has a plus, okay? Unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. So here is how we will split up this log. We're going to split it up into 2 parts. We have the 10, and then we have this whole denominator, which cannot be split up because it's a parentheses with an addition sign. So here is the answer. Well, we will have to do some simplifying after, but here's the start. We got log of 10 minus, because the next part comes on the bottom, we got log of parentheses a squared plus b squared parentheses to the 1/2. So remember, if there's a number in this position, you want to ask yourself if you can simplify. And in this case, you can, because the invisible base of a log is a 10. So log base 10 of 10 actually simplifies to the number 1. Okay, if that is confusing, you can hit math, log base. Oh, I guess, actually, I'll show you another way to do this, but log base 10 of 10 is 1. If it's log base 10, you can actually just hit the log button, which is to the left of the number 7. You don't have to type base 10. but that's another way to calculate it. Log of 10 is just 1. Lastly, I'm going to take this 1/2. I am going to drop it in front, and then I'm done. 1/2 log of a squared plus b squared. I cannot split up that parentheses because it's a binomial, so you don't keep going. You're done. So that was numbers 2 and 5. And then I'm just going to switch on down to doing some condensing. So I would like to do problem number 9. Okay, so for problem number 9, we're just going backwards from what we just did. So we are going to take anything that is in front and bring it back up to become an exponent. So I'm going to put the 4 up, I'm going to put the 3 up, and I'm going to put the 2 up. So we get log base 8 of m to the 4th minus log base 8 of n to the 3rd minus log base 8 of p to the 2nd. And now anything that is positive goes to the top of the fraction, and anything that has a minus in front of it goes to the bottom. So we end up condensing this into 1 log. And the m to the 4th goes to the top. And the n to the 3rd goes to the bottom. And the p to the 2nd goes to the bottom. And that's the answer. All right. Now the rest, this change of base we'll do together another day. We didn't do that in the notes, so don't worry about 11, 12, and 13. There's only 7 other problems on this worksheet, so hopefully in class you're able to finish, but that is that. So good luck, and we will cover this again on Monday to make sure you are all feeling good about it. Have a great weekend.